What's up, guys? Time to show off something a little special. This is the one-off version 2 of the A-10 Warthog. So, if you recall, probably a year ago, I did a series of dials. Overhead views is version 1, and then version 2 with the tachymeter around and the plane there in the center. Can we zoom? There we go. Get a good look at it there. So these are one-offs. I made one of this style with the A-10 Warthog. You've got a shadow gray cerakoted 150 case with matching Atlas bezel, and caseback and crown. Sorry, I should have just worded that a little bit smoother. I custom painted the dial and then sanded it. It's done in like a battleship-esque gray color just to give it some contrast. And then it has light lume in it. The lume is actually at the markers themselves and the star at the top. And then I did a set of blue and white pilot hands in there. You've got a titanium hour and minute insert. You got your hour and your minute markers there. Go all the way around to kind of line up with your dial. Milled case back that we also cerakoted. You've got a stainless steel movement holder in there and a signed rotor, though you can't see it. This is also on a very, very nice wax leather. You've got a nice rich blue here with a good looking gray. And then your stitching kind of aligns pretty much with this this darker gray. So I don't know if it's black. Well, it's obviously not black over here. So, and it is the same stitch throughout. So it's one of those things where it just kind of matches on both, which is kind of cool. And I wasn't sure what Jonathan, what stitch he went on it. But I just go through the straps that I've got and find the best thing I have that matches. But this is super, super pliable, waxy, very nice strap. You will like it. And then you've just got a brushed preview buckle. And that is the build. So this is the only one of this in version 2. I think I have a couple other version 2 dials. I just release them every once in a while. These are one-offs. If someone would ever reach out and say, I want one, I can show them what I have available, and they could buy one at that point. But I just kind of put these up, and they're up for a little while, and then I do one a few months later. Bezel on this will turn left, it'll turn right. It is on there as tight as I could get this thing so that it doesn't really move unless you're really wanting it to move. There's not really any reason to move it, but you can if you want. Automatic mechanical. Oh, just so you know, you've got a lasered crown and matching case back as well that goes with the star here in the center. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, wear it, put it in a watch winder, but if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you wind it just a little bit. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and just go back and forth. If you do that for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, that mixed with your rotor movement will keep time throughout the day. And if you do it for something closer to 15 seconds, you'll max out your 31+ hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. When you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. It does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going on you. You'll also notice you've got a wobble crown. That deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure on there. Also, with the clutch system, once it's screwed down, that is disengaged. So if you have impact to the crown, it doesn't transfer into your keyless works. And ruin your watch. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 2:01 p.m.
2:01 p.m. When you're good, push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. That is the build. As with every build, it's going to come with matching beads. Entirely up to you how cool you are, if you wear them or not. So we'll come in a special edition, one-off, dial matching custom box. So we'll come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, along with a microfiber. We'll come with a leather conditioner to keep that strap perfectly soft. If you ever feel it's not as soft, apply it on the front and back, let it soak in, remove any excess. Use a rag, don't use one of your microfibers. A little bit will go a long way with that. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon. It's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. But if you do, put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your included microfiber. Go against the scratch so you're filling the scratch. Haze it, buff it out. If it's still there, revisit it in 15 minutes or so once it has kind of solidified. If you scratch your Cerakote, that's a different thing. That's like scratching your car. If it's just your clear coat, you using some gun oil will kind of fill it, kind of make it go away. If it's down to the metal, it will kind of go because you've got a silver dial. I would then do more scratches on it and make it look distressed. Because having it re-cerakoted isn't cheap. I have to tear it all down. Everything down. Pull it all apart, send it away to be cerakoted, and then put the whole watch back together. So it would be cost of cerakoting, which is upwards of $100, plus the time to put it all together and then shipping back to you. So try not to scratch it. You can blend the scratches in though, because you've got silver there. I would just do more scratches if you would happen to do it, but it's Cerakote. You shouldn't scratch it, but there are instances where people have scratched it, and it can be remedied. So if that's the build. If it's going to you, congrats, you got something unlike anyone else. Appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.